Hello, everybody. Thank you to all who have tuned in. Welcome to Fractured Poet, a podcast for all of you poetically insane individuals who love getting lost in the art of poetry. Podcasting from Ontario, California, I am your host, Katrina Wisniewski, just another person in the world obsessed with words, striving to make sense of it all. Today's episode consists of two poems that basically contemplate the meaning of life, or trying to make sense of it at least. I often like to question life's purpose in my poetry as if I am trying to figure out its quirks through words, hoping I can break some kind of secret code. Anyway, listen to me babbling and talking in circles. Let's just get to the first poem before I start going on a tangent. This first one is called What is Life? I don't understand this thing we call life. Sometimes I believe that life would be best lived in the womb. No pain, no suffering, no responsibility, safe and sound. Instead, we are left to wander and create false hopes, forcing our thoughts to implode, manifesting chaos for centuries to come. To wake each morning and live the best life possible, always acknowledging the small things. Yet, there's a voice inside begging to be set free from the thoughts that hinder one's waking mind. Are we meant to live this thing we call life? Okay, so I apologize if this poem doesn't sound all that great. Like a couple of episodes back, this was another one I rearranged and rewrote while putting together this dialogue for this episode. I won't sit here and repeat myself, but you can kind of gather that I am pondering the meaning of life quite frequently. Well, getting more frustrated with life than anything anyways. I have so many questions about life that still remain unanswered. Who knows if I'll ever find those answers, and as some might say, maybe the answers are lying within. This poem, however, does define my constant circulation of my thoughts in my everyday life. I am always questioning things, questioning life, literally questioning everything, just wanting to know where I fit and which direction I should be heading towards. There is a lot of deep thought that goes into these poems, especially like this one. And it's interesting when I actually reread them and I suddenly remember just what my thought process was while writing it. And all of those thoughts come back. And I am suddenly reminded of my passing thoughts. But here's the next one. This poem is called Time. I couldn't tell time before today. The idea of living life obliviously as each moment unravels, indescribable. Having to keep track of a distinct period throughout the day. Obsessed with schedules and appointments, my heart is racing. I never understood what it meant to allow the hours to pass me by, only assuming life was spent infinitely. As I lie awake at night, I am forced to listen to the tick-tock of the clock as it marks the minutes, a sound that will echo in my nightmares for eternity. It's the end of an era. A couple of years ago, I had walked into a Five Below store for the first time, and while I was browsing, I saw a table covered with all types of books and stuff. I saw this one book that was called Write the Poem. And I opened the book, and on each page of this book, there was a small list of words to use that describes the topic at the top of the page. The second I saw the title of this book, I just had to get it. And I wanted it even more as I was going through all of the pages in the book. The poem I just read is titled Time because that was the topic or the title on the top of that particular page. So that is where this poem came from. But to kind of elaborate on the poem itself and its meaning, I think this definitely relates to how we as people live our lives. We are so obsessed with time to the point where it stresses us out. We are always on some sort of time schedule, like, oh shit, what time is it? I am late for work. Or hurry up, we need to leave in less than 30 minutes if we want to get to the party on time. It makes you wonder, if you didn't have to worry and obsess about time, would life be less stressful in that aspect? I don't know. I just think it's overwhelming that we are always so obsessed with time. It creates so much havoc and chaos. And to live life without a sense of time might not be so bad. Well, everyone, I think that concludes today's show. And I know I had said it in a couple episodes back, but I know my podcast episodes are kind of extremely short. So if you have a poem that you want me to read, or you're requesting poems, like if you're looking through my Instagram page and you've come across a poem that I haven't recited on my podcast yet, let me know if there's a request, or you want me to write about a topic, or just, give me a random topic and I can write it out, and the next episode I can recite it. If these episodes are too short for you and you wish they were longer, write me a message, send me a direct message on Instagram, or, wherever you can find me, and, maybe surprise me with a topic, challenge me, ask me to write about something that I haven't written about, or something you would like to see me write about, or be curious about me writing about. But to those of you who are always tuning in, and those of you who just joined in, I really hope you're liking what you're hearing so far. And thank you to those that have been sticking around for this long. And you can catch this episode and future episodes at anchor.fm/fractured poet. This episode of Fractured Poet was written and produced by me, Katrina Wisniewski. Music by Alternative Rock Volume 1 and Rock Electronica Volume 4 from a website called freeplaymusic.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Fractured Poet. And as always, thanks for listening, and until next time.